Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there. So that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Oh, by the way, did you know that I teach drum lessons? If you're interested in learning more about drum lessons, message me on Instagram at demonic_sweaters. Did you know that almost all of Demonic Sweaters music is available on all the streaming services? You can check it out there if you don't want to buy something. By the way, have you subscribed yet? Please do. Do you want to try to play drums to some of these songs by yourself? You can pick up drumless versions of all of these songs you hear on my streams on the drumless library, which is available at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It currently has 33 songs for only $15. Each song has the BPM and the time signature listed, so all you have to do is drop them into your DAW of choice, and you can play along just like I do on these streams. That's only $15 for 33 songs. That's a lot of content to practice to. You can also pick up individual songs for $1 a piece, but I highly recommend picking up the full version because every time I add new content to the drumless library, you'll get that 100% for free. All you have to do is return to anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com and you can download all the new songs once you purchase the full-length version. Again, you can pick up the drumless library at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It's available exclusively there and only there. And please stay tuned. Today's stream will be starting shortly. Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there. So that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Oh, by the way, did you know that I teach drum lessons? If you're interested in learning more about drum lessons, message me on Instagram at demonic_sweaters. Did you know that almost all of Demonic Sweaters music is available on all the streaming services? You can check it out there if you don't want to buy something. Hey everybody, hey YouTube, it's Justin aka Demonic Sweaters, and my module's about to turn off. It was on auto power save mode. Hey, what's up? I'm back. Not that I really was gone from YouTube, but I haven't done a live stream in a while. So that's what I mean by back. And got the new crazy looking t-shirt. This thing is really fun. I found it at TJ Maxx. I was like really shocked they had something like this. It was in Florida too, and like there was like a bunch of them. It seemed like nobody wanted these, which I thought was strange. In New York City, this would totally sell out, but in Florida, it was like not really something people were looking for. Anyway, sorry, I'm checking I keep getting a message here by somebody, and I think this is a scammer, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. It's somebody who messaged me by mistake, which usually indicates a scam. Hey, Burton, how's it going? On WhatsApp, but the way they're talking doesn't exactly sound like a scammer yet, but we'll see. They say they're from Japan, and they don't know that I'm streaming this live right now. But let me respond here. Let's see. They say I'm from Japan. Have you been there? I'm currently in California. I'm going to say no, never been. But I have friends there. Friends, I can't type, who live in Japan. I'm going to tell them that I'll be back, and like, well, maybe I'll continue this conversation going through the stream. That'd be pretty funny. Let's see. Thomas Cahill, sorry. Welcome back. Did you go on vacation? Where to? Yeah, I was in Florida visiting my mama down there in Inglewood, Florida. Cape Hayes, actually. It's kind of, not that anybody knows where any of those places are. They're just like little towns in Florida. But yeah, I was down there for a while, and that's why the most recent videos have all been on my little HXW drum pad type thingy, except for that one that I uploaded yesterday, which I made after I got back. I have a drink of this too. I'm really dehydrated. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I was there for like 10 days. Me and Victor went down, and we drove and stayed down and then drove back. Took our time on the drive. It was fun. I actually, you know, it's weird. I don't mind the drive. I mean, as long as you do it right. And what I mean by right is like not doing it all at once, because then you feel horrible and it's like really rough. But if you take your time and spend like 2 days in hotels, which is what we did, or 2 nights in hotels, so the drive is like 3 days total. Why does my hair look weird? Actually, it looks kind of good. And what was I saying? And then it's not so bad if you take your time. And I got some more messages from the stranger. Let's see what they're saying now. I am going to play some music. Don't worry. Here in a bit. Let's see. If you have the... Oh, okay. Maybe it's turning into a scam now. If you have the opportunity, you can travel to Japan. Japan is a great country for food and travel. The people there are friendly and scenery is very beautiful. I can be your tour guide at that time. Yeah, that's sounding spammy. I mean, kinda. I mean, who's going to offer to be a tour guide, like, in the, like, first 5 minutes of meeting somebody? I'm just going to say, oh, thank you. And then I'm going to tell them I'll be back later. I'll keep you updated on where this goes, though. Just so I'm not texting the entire time on the phone. I'm sure it's a scam. I mean, it's got to be. Why would they be messaging me? Anyway, anybody see the new Matrix movie out there? I haven't seen it yet, but everybody tells me it's horrible, so I'm not sure I want to watch it. I saw the Spider-Man movie, the new one. That was good. And I've been watching the new Dexter on Showtime. And that's been, as I put on my gloves, it's pretty good. It's already to the, like, we have like one more episode to go. And so far, I think like the series has been decent. Not as good as the originals, but I think there's too many, like, I feel like that several of the episodes have like a lot of filler. Like there's like a lot of stuff that like doesn't happen, that like there's a lot of like long scenes that are just drawn out. Excuse me, for the sake of making a long episode. And they don't really offer anything, like the one, not the last one, but the one before the last one. there's like this scene of Dexter running through the woods and being chased by this guy that just goes on like forever. It was like half of the episode and like nothing happened until like the very end of the chase. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good though. If you're a fan of the series, it's pretty good. Let's make sure all my cameras are working. Drums. Actually, my bass drum trigger. I was practicing before the stream. My bass drum trigger died during the practice, so I had to switch back to my Yamaha external trigger. Let me show you guys if you can see it here. There. Oh, and also, you might notice on the screen, I have a new thingy there. If you guys want to help me out, I'm trying to save up enough to get a new double kick drum pedal because mine is like really old. I've had this since like 2008, I think. And it's just a cheaper PDP. And it's been good. I mean, for the money, it's been great. But it's finally starting to feel like, I don't know, like when I do that and I don't even hit, you can feel like a roughness in the pedal. Like it's just not smooth. And I've looked at it and it seems to be okay. I just think the components are finally just starting to wear out on it. Like it's just so old. So I kind of want to get a new one. And I set the goal. I was looking at double kick drum pedals and I cannot believe how insanely expensive they are. Like $500 isn't even like, it's not even like the top of the line one. Like I was like, oh, this is like middle of the road for $500 these days. And I was thinking on one of the Pearl, I think it's called the Demonator or something like that. That one looked cool for, I think it was like 400 and some or 300 and some. So, you know, I set the goal a little bit higher than that, you know, just in case, you know, could get something a little bit nicer, maybe a DW or something like that. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if you guys feel like donating to that cause, I know everybody's pretty strapped for cash these days, but if you want to chip in, that would be cool. And there's a little counter there. That already counted like some of the recent donations, too, from the past few streams. So that's why that says 18. Why am I whispering? That's why it says 18.48. Anyway, why don't I play a song? And today, oh, I forgot to mention the drums. I'm using the TD-11 again today. I only used it on a couple streams so far, and I even, you know, fine-tuned it even a little bit better. It's over here to my left. And I think it sounds pretty nice. I kind of like, I don't know, after the first stream, I played it, and I was like not liking it quite as much as the TD6. The second stream, I had it tuned up a little bit better. And I was like, yeah, I do like this quite a bit. Then I went and I listened to, I'm kind of crazy, just so you know. But I listened to it back, and I was like, I kind of like the TD6 better still. And then I switched back to the TD6, and I played a stream with that. And then I was listening to the both of them, and I was like, maybe I do like the TD-11 better. Like, I was listening to the TD-11, and I was like, actually, that sounds pretty damn good. And then I just keep going back and forth. But now I have it, you know, it just, you know, you have to get used to something that's different, too. Like, I was using the TD6 for so long, and I did so many streams with it, I just knew exactly, like, I had everything dialed in to all the songs and which patch I use on all the songs. And it just, you know, but now I switched to something different. It just sounds different. But it's definitely way more expressive, like, for sure. Like, the hi-hats have, like, way more dynamics. And, like, the snare drum. Everything is, like, it's just much more realistic, you know, when you play. Like, the way it reacts to when you're playing. And then also, sorry, no, I'm talking. I finally started messing around with Superior Drummer 3. I've had it for a long time, and I haven't done that much with it, honestly. But now I'm finally getting it to where I'm figuring it out a little bit. And maybe next week, I'm not sure, but maybe next week I might stream with it. Because it also works really good with this module. Like, it worked okay with the TD6, but with this particular module, it just triggers it perfectly. And another thing with Superior Drummer 3, I don't know if you know this, but the program, sorry, I'm cutting out. Why am I cutting out? That program is, hello. Test. There we go. That program is freaking huge. It's like 260 gigabytes, like the total install size. And I only have a 250 gigabyte hard drive on my Mac, my MacBook Pro. So what I had to do was order this well, right now I have just like a regular old SD card in the side. That's a 250, or no, it's a 128 gigabyte SD card, and I have most of the the sound libraries installed on there, but I can't even download all of them. There's like way more like surround and bleed and mic, room sounds and all this stuff that I haven't even downloaded yet. So I'm not even hearing like the full thing yet. But I ordered all the parts that I need. I got this like card adapter that's gonna make it so like it goes in the Mac all the way and it's flush, and it's got a 512 gigabyte card, and I'll be able to download and install all of it. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, let's play a song. But that'll be fun. It's so far what I'm hearing sounds really good. So I should probably play something that I practice so I don't suck. And let's do, which one? Leandro. So I'm going to open up with one that I haven't opened up with yet. This is off the new album, Happy 99, and it's called Leandro. Here we go. Let me make sure I turn on all my crap. Hold on. Let me do that first before I say, here we go. Crazy. All right, advanced scene switcher. I turn that on. I'm sure I have one of those. What are those things with all the buttons on it for streaming? I have one of those, but there's nowhere to put it. So it would make all this stuff easier, but I have nowhere to put it. Maybe I can mount it under my module or something. Okay, what else do I have to do here? Oh yeah, switch to stereo. Hello, hello. There we go. Okay, so this is called Leandro. Is that working? Yeah, there it goes. Here we go. Alrighty, that was Leandro off of Happy 99. You can stream that as well as all this music on Spotify and all the streaming services. If you're into downloading and buying things still, you can go to anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com and purchase stuff there and download it. Mark Harrison asks, hey Justin, have you thought about connecting them through aux or MIDI cord? I don't quite understand what you're asking. Aux or MIDI cord? What? So connecting the drums? I mean, again, you have to clarify. I'm not really getting the question. So let's see. What should I do next? 14 of you guys out there. How's everybody doing? Send a shout out in the chat if you want. Tell me where you are, if you're on YouTube or just where you are in general, like the location. Hopefully everybody's staying safe through this 9 billionth wave of COVID. It's just never ending. It's the never-ending story. The never-ending story. Just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Oh, well. What the hell are you going to do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. Even if you do everything they say, it just keeps going. Anyway, enough bitching about that. Let's play something else. Let's see. How about... What else did I practice? There's a brand new one that I didn't get a chance to play, or that I didn't get a chance to make a drumless version of, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, connecting the two modules, Mark Harrison says. I thought about that, but then I was like, nah. I don't know. I just, it's too much crap to hook up here that, like, I'm very limited on space. I know it looks like there's a lot of space here, like, but this is a green screen behind me. And, yeah, I don't feel like messing with all that. It's kind of like one or the other for me. And then you have to change all the, it's just a lot of work. And it takes time, it takes me a long time to even program the stuff that I want to use, like I spend a lot of time fine tuning these patches and making them sound exactly like how I want them to sound. And that's another reason why Superior Drummer 3 has been taking me so long to do, because it's actually like, even though, yeah, it sounds more realistic and stuff, and it does a lot, but the interface, especially when you're kind of looking on this little tiny laptop and having to click things and do everything, is so much harder to deal with than just doing it on a module, because it's just way easier to hit a drum and then change what you're going to change than on Superior Drummer 3. You have to go into all these menus and do all this crap, and it takes forever. I know it was totally off topic of what you're asking, but sort of. Eli, the drummer guy, says, I have been playing an Alesis electronic kit for 11 years. Your channel has inspired me to purchase either a Tama Club-Jam or a Sonar AQX Micro and convert it over. Awesome content. Thank you so much. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I really love having the full-size drums, the hybrid setup. I mean, it just looks cool, for one. And it's more fun to play on, I think, than these. I really can't stand those like little tiny 8-inch pads. Like, they're just too small for me. But be prepared for a lot of hair pulling, like lots of hair pulling and a lot of frustration, because it's going to take you a while to get it all set up and working the way you want it to. Unless you're just incredibly lucky. Like, my first attempt was like a complete and utter failure. So, and a lot of that had to do with the module. So you have to make sure you're getting a module that's going to work good with a hybrid setup. And usually it's going to be a Roland. I mean, I hate to say it, but I know a lot of people want to use the Alesis modules, but a lot of times when you're trying to do something like, make your own electronic drums, the Alesis modules just, they're not the best, because they don't have a lot of the fine-tuning adjustments that the Rolands have to allow you to really dial in the triggers to make them work 100% accurately. Like, I have to have 100%. Like, if it's not working 100%, I am, like, it'll just ruin my complete, like, I'll just feel like I won't even want to play. And actually, even the TD-11 is a big step up compared to the TD-6 as far as accuracy and being able to tune things, or ease of tuning things in. Like, I could get my TD-6 100%, but it was a lot harder. And even especially with this Yamaha kick drum trigger, that one was really tough to dial in on the TD6, but totally easy to dial in on the TD-11. Like, all I did was just stick it on there. I turned up the sensitivity a little bit. It was perfect. Like, no issues at all yet. I mean, I've just started playing it, but anyway, let's continue to a new song. Let's see. What should I do? I'm gonna switch to another kid I have on here called Dixo Bunny, and I'm gonna play. Damn, what was that song I played earlier on practice? Oh, Brontock. Yeah. Okay, let's do that one. This is also off of Happy 99, new album. Here we go. Alrighty, that was Brontock. A little bit of a mess up there, but not too bad. Whew, I catch my breath. And Eli, the drummer guy, thanks for the info. Yeah, thanks for the question. If anybody has any other questions on electronic drums, conversions, and all that stuff, let me know. And actually, I remember another thing I was going to mention, and I forgot. I just ordered a set of Joe Becky internal triggers, because I finally, I just realized that I'm probably never going to convert this kit back to acoustic. I was using all externals before because I was, thinking that I would put it back to acoustic. But I have 2 other acoustic kits, so there's really no reason to. and they're in storage. But you know, my Pearl is my main acoustic kit, and it's in storage. And so if I ever need an acoustic one, I have it there, and it's always been acoustic. It will always be acoustic. So I figured I'll just really do my best work on this one. And so I got the Joe Becky triggers coming, and I'm gonna, you know, convert the snare that came with it and the toms. However, at that time, my internal kick drum trigger that I made wasn't broken yet, so I didn't order a Joe Becky kick drum trigger. So I may do that too, or maybe I'll test the you know, the external, or the ones that come for the toms and snare, and see how I like them. And if they're good, then I'll switch to the, or I'll get one for the kick too. And they're a pretty good deal. You know, the Joe Beckys aren't that expensive. And I was torn between those, and there's another company, Hennison, I think, or something like that, that has like an internal adjustment, like sensitivity adjustment on them. And at first I was really considering those. But number one, they were quite a bit more in cost. And two, when I watched Justin from 65 Drums reviews on both of them, he kind of leaned more towards the Joe Becky. So I was like, well, then I'll go with them, because he's usually pretty spot on with that kind of stuff. So let's see, what else should I play? What's one that I'm not going to screw up? I have to go to the bathroom already. I'll try to play a couple more songs though before I go. How about Apple on a Tree? This is another brand new one. This one is the newest one that I'm playing today. Actually, this one's not on any album, but it's already out as a single, so you can stream it on all the streaming services. And this one has vocals in it. And which kit should I use in this one? Let's see. I think, no, maybe. Yeah, let's go with this one. It's kind of a weird drum sound, but that's kind of on purpose for this song. Anyway, this is called Apple on a Tree. Here we go. Brand new. Oh, what's wrong with my mic? I need to do that again. And then the pause there in between after the mess up was really long. But yeah, this is I need to fix my click in the beginning there, because it always screws me up. Anyway, let's try that again. I can't tell All right, that was App on a Tree. And hey guys, no need to freak out about the mic. I know that it's only in the left. That's because of this. Left, both. Left, both. And the reason is for that is a scientific reason. Because I'm using an audio interface, USB audio interface, and it's got 4 inputs on it. And my microphone is plugged into input number 3. And the monitoring of the audio interface has 2 modes. There's a mono mode and a stereo mode. If I want my drums to be in stereo while I'm playing the songs, I have to switch to stereo mode, which is like this. If I want to talk to you guys and have my mic in both speakers, then I have to switch to mono mode. That's why I have a note over here to the side, I don't know if you can see this, that says, remember to switch to stereo and camera switcher. So before I start playing, because in the first few streams, I would always forget to do that. And then my camera would not be switching. And then also I'd be in mono. Every now and then I'll still forget to switch it to stereo. And then the drums are just in mono when I'm playing a song. Anyway, long-winded explanation for that. But that's why. Let's see. Wish I could do that. Just started 3 weeks ago. Oh, thanks. You mean the song or the stereo switching? Did you just start switching? You just started switching your audio interface 3 weeks ago. Anyway, let's do something else. Let's keep moving here. Because I was talking a lot there in the beginning. And I didn't practice much. So that's going to be what it is. How about Insect Politics? I have a kit specifically made for that one. And let's go ahead and do it. Insect Politics is off of the new one again, Happy 99, which, like I said a million times, that you can stream on all the streaming services. If you want to play drums to any of these songs, you can download them all at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Drumless. There's the Drumless library there. And it's a very good deal. It's very cheap for a ton of songs, drumless songs. Anyway, this is, what did I say I was going to play? Oh, yeah, Insect Politics. Here we go. All right, that was Insect Politics. That one's always a lot of fun to play. One of my favorites. I love the TB3 bass, the TB303 bass line in there, which is actually a TD3, the Behringer copy that I used. I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pee my pants. Let me pause the thing here. The thing. How do I... Give me a second. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do at all. It's these drum gloves. Even though they are touchscreen enabled, it makes it a little bit clumsy. Turn off the camera switcher. I need to really automate this better. Stop. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to switch to the starting screen soon. Be right back. Welcome to another Demonic Sweaters live stream. We're going to get started here in a little bit, but before we do, be sure to check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. This is the best way to support what I do here on this channel. You can go there and pick up something by Demonic Sweaters or Minnesota or basically anything on the entire label. We sell CDs, vinyl, t-shirts, and lots of cool merch that you can check out there, so that's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Oh, by the way, did you know that I teach drum lessons? If you're interested in learning more about drum lessons, message me on Instagram at demonic_sweaters. Did you know that almost all of Demonic Sweaters music is available on all the streaming services? You can check it out there if you don't want to buy something. By the way, have you subscribed yet? Please do. Do you want to try to play drums to some of these songs by yourself? You can pick up drumless versions of all of these songs you hear on my streams on the Drumless library, which is available at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It currently has 33 songs for only $15. Each song has the BPM and the time. All right, I'm back. Thanks for holding on, everybody. Hey, Brian. Break time? Yeah, I just had to go to the bathroom. Thanks for holding on, everybody. I need to get a Be Right Back screen, or create one. All I have is my starting soon screen. I need to fix that. I'm not like that great of a streamer. Hey, I focus on the sound quality. I think the sound quality is pretty darn good, but you know, all the other little stuff sometimes I forget to do, like Be Right Back screens and crazy animations and stuff like that. And speaking of that, do I have my... There should be a subscriber animation on there that comes up every now and then. Maybe it has. I haven't noticed. But let me just mention again, real quick. You might notice down at the bottom of the screen, everybody, there's a 3-month goal there set for $500. So I can get a new double kick drum pedal. Mine is really old. It's a PDP. It's kind of a cheap one anyways. And, I'm probably going to buy one. But if you guys want to help me out, to help cover some of the cost. If you enjoy these streams, that would be really cool. Don't feel like you have to, but if you want to, feel free. That would be great. Speaking of bass drums, I don't know if you notice here, but I have a Roland noise eater underneath my kick drum pedal now. Before I had kind of DIY'd my own noise eater under this. It was just like mini tennis balls glued to the bottom of the pedal, and it worked pretty good, but it was kind of really bouncy. And this is also bouncy. I thought it would be less bouncy, but it's I don't know if it's any better. Maybe a little bit. I think it works better, though. I think it absorbs more of the shock, and maybe it is slightly less bouncy. The nice thing about the Noise Eater is it's really long, so it actually sticks. Considering this kick drum is so short, it actually extends almost all the way to the end of the bass drum underneath. So that's pretty nice. And plus it looks pretty nice too. On the other pedal, the left pedal, I still have the mini tennis balls on that one, but I don't use that side as much. So, and my hi-hat stand I have up on these, they're like air conditioner vibration absorber things. Yeah, so it's pretty. That's why the drum set flops around so much when I play, is because I have it on all this stuff to absorb a lot of the shock. And I'm trying to rehydrate myself. It's really cold in New York City right now, and anytime it's really cold, they like blast the heat in my apartment, which is good, but the apartment has like the really old like radiator heat, and especially when it happens at night. Like when I woke up this morning, like my sinuses were just so dry and like inflamed from the dryness. Like I just felt like ass. So I've been like chugging water and electrolytes. I have the humidifier on, blowing steam over there to try to, just like re-humidify my body. I'm starting to feel a little bit better now, but it was rough this morning. I mean, they cranked that thing up so high, and it gets so hot in here. Like, this is no lie. Like, I literally have to turn on the air conditioner in the bedroom because it gets so hot at night because of the heat, even though it was like 23 degrees outside last night, Fahrenheit. And I still had to turn on the AC. Like, that's how hot the heat. And there's no way you can really, like, if you're not familiar with this at all, like New York City, especially these old apartments, there's no, like, adjustment. Like, you pretty much get the heat they give you. That's it. There's no, like, what's it called? Thermostat. It's just on or off, and when it's on, it's like nuclear freaking hot, and when it's off, it's like freezing cold. So those are your two options, basically. Anyway, anybody have any questions or comments out there? And by the way, Brian Raider, nice to see you here, and nice to see you too, Jake K, and Dog Patch, and who else was up there chatting? Somebody. Let's see. Let me scroll over. My glove is not working good. Oh, I'm scrolling the wrong way. Burton, that's who it was. So, what should I play? Anybody have any requests of my music? I considered, I've been doing more covers on I have another channel. If you want to, you pretty much have to like K-pop though if you want to watch my other drum channel. It's just Demonic Sweaters drum covers, because 99% of the songs on there are K-pop songs. And it's fun though. Oh, Thomas says Ether. Okay, I can do that for sure. I actually really love K-pop. It's grown on me a lot, and I find it to be really addictive. Like once you start listening to it, it's like kind of like you don't want to listen to anything else. It's really weird. Like I think they put some kind of audio drug in the in the songs or something. I don't know. It's strange. Because I started listening to it because of my students. I had several students that wanted to learn some K-pop songs, so I started learning them for them and downloading the music and stuff like that, the scores, and then and just got into it. Like now I just really like it. Anyway, okay, let's do, Burton says some double bass. So Ether has some double bass in it, even though it's pretty chill. But I can do that, and then maybe I'll do something else with some double bassage in it as well. So here we go. This is called Ether for Thomas, and then Burton, I'll do something for you after that. Here we go.
song called Human Modification Systems Inc. All right. That was Human Modification Systems, Inc. Yeah, thanks for requesting that one, Barton. That was the double bass for you. Yeah, that was a workout. That's good though. I needed that. Oh, I hit my overhead camera. I needed that workout because I don't know. It just feels good to sweat. I really feel better when I get my heart rate up and I start sweating. My heart rate's still not even very high. It's only like 86. It's not very high. But I have a low resting heart rate. I think because I've been playing drums for so many years and done so much cardio my whole life that yeah, I just don't have a very high heart rate. But my sister's like that too. We both have low resting heart rates. Anyway, let's do let me first have a drink of coffee. Then we'll do something else. And I would like to thank my student Braden for getting me this coffee mug for Christmas. That was very nice. Very, very nice of him. So out of breath. Greetings from Chile. You recommend any drum tech sounds for the TD-11? I haven't bought them personally, but I really like them. But then again, you know, it's hard to tell how much is the sounds and how much of it is Ralph, because Ralph is just such an insanely awesome monster on the drums that, you know, it's really hard to tell if like how much is the sound I'm liking or just amazed by what he's doing on the drums. But I mean, it sounds good, what I've heard on those particular ones. But the TD-11, one of the things that I noticed personally when I'm working on my patches, the default EQ on the TD-11 I don't care for that much, but it's not unfixable. Like, it's very easily fixed. And the problem is it has the mid scooped. So all you have to do is go into the EQ of whatever patch you're working on and pump up those high and low mids just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit, and that'll really improve the sound of pretty much every single patch that's in the TD-11. Because they scoop the mids for some reason. I don't know why, but I have another drink here. And my student Braden, I don't know if he's watching. I should have told him that I was streaming. Who got me this coffee thing. He's the one that I picked up that Yamaha tabletop drum set for. His mom's going to buy it from me. But I went out there yesterday. I was in New Jersey and saw it on Facebook for really cheap. Well, it was 100. They had it listed for 100. And I talked him down to 75 and picked that up for him. So now he's going to have a drum set to play at home, which will be cool. Okay, greetings from Chile, says Carlos. You were the one that asked about the TD-11. I already answered that. But yeah, greetings. And thanks for checking out the stream. I mean, check them out. I can't see them being bad, really, or hurting anything. When I had my TD-27, was it the TD-27 or the TD-17? One of those two, I bought some of the drum tech patches. And I liked them. I liked some more than others, though I didn't really ever use them. That being said, but I like to program my own. That's why. I mean, I just like doing my own thing. Like, that's why. And I probably personally wouldn't. Although, sorry, I'm thinking while I'm talking. When I was checking out SD3, Superior Drummer 3, there are a few presets in Superior Drummer 3 that I actually really liked. And I was like, man, there's barely anything I would change about that. Like when I was like listening to it. So we'll see. My biggest problem with Superior Drummer 3 is a lot. I mean, I know they do it for realistic, realness, but a lot of the cymbals, like, because I like to do on my cymbals on the dual zones, especially the crashes, I'll put a China up there and then like a crash there. And I don't know if you can do that on Superior Drummer 3, or if you can, it's not easy because I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Like, a lot of times what will happen is you'll load a cymbal into like a cymbal pad, and then it'll give you the option to put the tip sound up there, but not really like a totally different sound altogether. Or maybe there is a way to do that, but I just haven't figured it out yet. It's not totally obvious, like, how to do it. Like, where on a Roland module, it's really simple. You just turn off the grouping and then just scroll to the next sound you want to use. But overall, I'm really happy with the TD-11. I think it's a great module for the money. And same goes with the TD6, but if you want something a little bit Oh, Carlos says it's hard to set the hi-hat in Superior Drummer 3. I got lucky there. It works perfectly for me, but maybe that's due to just the module, since I'm using a Roland VH-11 hi-hat with a TD-11 module. It maybe just sends the the right stuff to it. I don't have any problems. Choking cymbals can be an issue in Ableton if you're using Ableton. But I don't really do that many cymbal chokes, so it doesn't bother me. And there is a way to fix it. It's something you have to do in the module to fix it. But I don't know. What kind of hi-hat do you have, Carlos? And what kind of module are you using? Do you guys think I should have background music while I'm talking in these breaks? Or is it too weird? Because I know like 66 Samus has like, it sounds like movie soundtrack music in between his songs, which is cool on his streams. You have a VH-11 too, huh? Did you try, if you go into Superior Drummer, well, what kind of hi-hat are you using with it though? Is it the standard, or no, VH-11, sorry, that's the hi-hat. What kind of module are you using with the VH-11? Sorry, I'm pounding coffee. My headache's going away, which is good. It wasn't like that bad of a headache. It was just a dehydration headache from what I was talking about earlier. Oh, so you have a VH-11 TD-11 too. Exactly like what I have. Well, that's weird. For me, it's just perfect. Like, I have no issues. But what I was going to say, did you go into Superior Drummer MIDI settings? There's a preset that you can select for the TD-11. So I selected that, and then I had to edit the toms a little bit because I use only 2 toms, and it was defaulting this one to tom 1. So I wanted to have that be tom 2 because I like a lower tom usually. But yeah, did you select in the MIDI presets? There's one specifically for the Roland TD-11, and that should do it. I mean, unless you have a weird setting on your hi-hat in the module, like when I did that, it's like literally perfect. Like there's even like halfway open, and all the different sounds worked perfect for me. I didn't have to do anything. And I feel like that it does really good with just the module too. All right, let's do another song, and then we'll get back to that topic when I get back. Let's do... How about I Have Drawn You? We'll stick on this wide drum kit that I have here. This one works in there. So here we go. This is called I Have Drawn You off of Can You Draw Me? right, that was I Have Drawn You off of the Can You Draw Me album. Again, on all the streaming services. And that one's got such an X-Files vibe. I love it. I love that vibe. There's something, you know, and I'm a huge X-Files fan. Huge. So much so, on the drive back from Florida, I was listening to X-Files audiobooks on the drive back, and they were great. On Audible, so good. There's one that's like 15 hours long. It has all these different short stories in it. It's so cool. I just love that stuff. There's something about, especially the first few seasons, especially the first season, I really like, there's something about the way it looks and the music and like the time period of that like early 90s. I just really, really dig it. It's like one of my favorite things ever. And I really love basically anything, any UFO documentaries from that time period or paranormal documentaries from that, specifically from the early 90s. Like, I don't know. There's just something about them. They're just so great. I just love them. Anyway, let's see. Questions here. Carlos says, okay, I'll check. Maybe it's my interface. Yeah, check it. I tried both using the hardware MIDI output to my audio interface as well as using the USB MIDI output, and I got similar results with both, actually. But the nice thing about, for me personally, what I like about using the USB, what I'll do is when I want to do Superior Drummer, I'll switch to using the USB here, so I don't have to mess with my settings on my audio interface over here, because this is basically tuned in perfectly for these streams. So I don't want to mess with any of the levels or anything there. So all I have to do is plug this in via USB, and then I can switch to using this as the audio interface and leave that alone. And then also use, you can do MIDI and audio at the same time through these, which is really nice. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the weird thing is though, is when you plug in the USB, at least on mine, unless I have the DAW open and it's selected, the audio interface, this won't trigger correctly at all. Like, I'll hit a snare and like 10 seconds later, you'll hear the snare sound. Like, I don't know why that is. It's really weird. Only if it's plugged in and if it's not like going to anything on the computer. But as soon as I open up Ableton and select it as the MIDI device, then it works just fine. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. Eli, what DAW are you using to get the click track? It's Ableton Live. I have Ableton Live Standard. And it's a little bit of a complicated setup. The way that I do it is, like I said before, this is a 4-channel audio interface. So to really do this right, you need at least 4 channels. Well, there's other ways to do it, but I found this to be the best. And the reason why is what I do is I have 4 audio outputs, and 2 of those audio outputs are going to you guys out there on the stream. And then the other 2, well, and simultaneously, those 2 are going from, I think it's the headphone output in the audio interface, to this little mixer I have sitting beside me. Let me turn on my overhead cam. Give me a second. I actually made a video explaining all this. Oh, you can't even see the mixer over there. But I have a little mixer. Here, wait, let me point this. Right here. This little mixer over here, it's a little Behringer. So I have 2, like 1 and 2 going to 1 channel, you know, on the mixer, and then I have 3 and 4 where the click is going to another channel. So I have a separate volume knob for my click right here. So that really helps, you know, because then I can manually adjust things, you know, with just a knob without having to change anything out there. It doesn't affect what you guys hear at all. That's all coming to me post, you know, stream, which is the best way to do it. And I can I'll use the same exact setup live if I'm playing live. Like when me and John played shows and when I do shows solo, I use the same exact concept. I have like a main left and right that goes out to the system, and then 4 channels that come back to me to having the click. I mean, you could do it with just 1, the click. And then you could do this with just 2. If you have a 2-channel audio interface, you can do it, but it'll be mono. And the way you do that is just have, you know, channel 1 going out to where everybody can hear it, and then channel 2 is the click, and then you blend them together using a mixer. And that works fine for live shows because honestly, like in a club, people really can't tell if something's stereo, you know, very often, unless it's like a huge club and the speakers are really far away. But actually, a lot of clubs just have mono sound already. A lot of big rock clubs, they use mono sound because it's more even. You know, if you have stereo, the mix can sound really screwed up depending on where you're standing in the club. So a lot of clubs will. So, not to keep going on and on about with this rant, but you can get away with doing mono if you're just doing live shows. But if you're on a stream, it's better to have stereo. And then to have stereo, you can pretty much need 4 outputs. The other way to do it is to do everything within Ableton. There's a way that you can make it depends on your audio interface, but like I have another audio interface that I can do everything, all the mixing in Ableton, and I can have a click and the music going to my headphones, and then just the music going out. But like I said, it depends on the audio interface. Some interfaces won't do that. So yeah. But yeah, I made a video. There's another video. If you just say Demonic Sweaters, how to be a streaming drummer, I walk through all of this crap, and now I have everything set up. The software and the hardware that I'm using, how it's all configured. It's a little old. I was using the TD-11 then, and I was using an older computer, but the concept's all exactly the same. All right, let's get another drink of coffee. But it's fun. I like doing this stuff, setting all this up and getting it figured out, configured. I'm really digging the TD-11 today, especially on that last track. Well, the last couple of tracks, but just like I was saying before, the expressiveness on the snare drum, the dynamics. You know, listen to that. Just like barely dropping the stick on the snare. Not getting any double triggers or anything like that. That kick drum sound is huge. But I'm sure once I get Superior Drummer rigged up and doing that, I'll be like really blown away with how that thing sounds. But the TD-11 sounds good. You know, it's just a little limited as far as the sounds. It only has like, I think 200 and some different samples in it. It's not that many. So you have to get kind of creative with changing some of the sounds. Like, let me show you. This one is one of my more interesting ones, is my K-pop patch right here. And the toms, you know, to make them sound more electronic sounding, they're acoustic tom samples. I just used like a gated reverb. And I use this kit, if you go and watch my K-pop covers video on this channel, not on the other channel, I used this kit on the song Savage by Espa. But I used a different kit on the covers channel, Demonic Sweaters covers. I played the same song and used the TD6, but it's a similar sounding kit. Which is the best way to record covers? As Carlos. Well, you know, I record, when I do mine, like covers is not something I do a lot, but I'm doing them more and more now. When I do mine, I record them right at the same time. And the way I do it is by using this little thing. Let me switch my camera again. This is a I mean, you might have Bluetooth on your module already, but this one doesn't. But these are Bluetooth audio adapters. So I just use this setup, my streaming setup. This is OBS. And I just all I do is I turn on the, maybe I'll play a cover. Let's do it. I haven't ever played a cover on one of these streams, but let's do one. If you guys don't mind K-pop, because that's all I really know right now. But what I do is I turn this on. Let me turn it on right here.
Power on.
And I made a video about these things too. These are super cheap. You can buy these for like $15 on Amazon. And again, you can just search my video, how to add Bluetooth to any drum module. You just get one of those, and then I use my phone. So let's open my phone here. Oh, I need to do Face ID. Is it going to work? Yep. And then I go to my music. So let's open up Spotify or something. And I know which song I'm going to do already. I'm going to do a BTS song, Boy With Love. So let me open that up. That one because I know it well enough to not screw up. So It's hard to type in these gloves. All right, so I make sure it's loud enough.
Maximum volume.
The problem is, hold on 1 second. Let me pause this. The TD-11 had a louder, or the TD-6, sorry, had a louder audio input. Let me see if I can adjust that here. Let's see. This might not be loud enough, but maybe I can fix it. Options. Maybe that's it. Try that. USB audio volume. That's not what I want. Damn, I have to go to the bathroom again. Wait, is there volume on here? I think it's just the phone volume. Well, what I could do... Well, see, I don't want to... Skip songs there. Anyway, this is how I do it. All right, I have to take off the glove. That's not doing it. All right, let's go back. Go back. It's weird. It won't go back. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna do it. We'll just do it the volume that it's at, and you can see what I do. Let me pick a kit that I can use here. Let's go to Dixo Bunny again. Gloves are coming off. Here we go. Time for the first cover on one of these streams, and this is a BTS song. So here we go. That's not it.
만들어버린 너라는 하나부터 열까지 모든 게 특별하지 너희가 심사걸음거리 말투와 사소한 작은 습관을 갖지 난 말했지 너무 작다 내가 영웅이 된 거란 거 난 말했지 운명 따윈 전부터 내게 아니었다고 세계의 평화 너네 앉아서 그저 널 띄우봐 널 나도 모르게 힘이 들어가 기도했어 높아버린 스카 커져버린 헛 때론 도망치게 해달라며 기도했어 너의 상처는 나의 상처 깨달았을 때 나 다짐했던 건 네가 준 이 그 후세 나에게로 태양이 아닌 너에게로 Let me fly
All right, so yeah, that's how I do it. I mean, there's a million ways you could do it, but to me, that's since I already have all this set up, that's the easiest way. And the levels actually were pretty good. It didn't sound bad at all.
Power off.
Turn off my Bluetooth adapter. Honestly, I really love that song. I think it's a great song. I like a lot of the BTS songs. Eli, the drummer, says, good old K-pop. Thanks to my 15-year-old daughter, I'm all too familiar with BTS. Have you heard aespa? I really like them. They're like, you know, the thing that's really cool, I mean, that song, not so much. That one's a pretty much standard pop song. But there's some K-pop songs where the electronics going on them are just freaking crazy. Like, there's like, because I'm a synthesizer guy, too. You know, I love synths and samples and all this stuff. And just from a production standpoint, especially like, you know, groups like aespa and who else? What's the other one that I really like? Jesse, and some of the, like, there's just some that are just like completely insane. Like the sampling and the electronic stuff that's going on. Like if you listen to it on headphones, you're just like, whoa, like what is that? Like there's just some crazy sounds. You know, I really dig it. So yeah, that's probably the only cover I'll do today though. And I have to go to the bathroom again. I'm really sorry, guys. Let me just put you guys on pause. Actually, I'm just going to leave the screen like this. I'll just be right back. Okay, let me turn off my mic, and I'll be right back. Back. And get these in-ears back in. I need to make a video about these in-ear monitors. I forget the brand, but they're like really cheap and surprisingly great. I've just bought like 5 pair of them just in case they break, but so far I haven't had a single pair break. And they just look better than wearing like giant headphones on a stream. And plus they block out all the outside noise. Let's see here. Thanks for clear my questions. Very nice quality sound, says Carlos. Thank you. And you're welcome. Thanks for asking the question. Anybody have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer if I know the answer. And Pierre says, very, very good sound. Very pleasant to hear. Thank you. Yeah, I really like that song. If you want to hear me do more stuff like that, go to my other channel, which is just Demonic Sweaters drum covers. There's hardly any subscribers on there right now because I just started it not that long ago. And it's all like pop and K-pop and stuff like that. You know, there may be some other stuff on there soon. And that it's not like that's all I ever listen to, but most of the time I'm doing stuff that my students ask me about. So that's usually what happens. And also it's like kind of like I find that stuff fun because it is outside of my wheelhouse a little bit. And, you know, everybody seems to do rock and metal and stuff like that. And honestly, the only metal I really listen to is old metal. Like I like, you know, like the classics like Iron Maiden and Ozzy Osbourne. All that kind of stuff like 80s metal. 70s and 80s metal. So maybe I'll do some stuff like that, but I'm not really into like the more modern sounding metal. Honestly, it just kind of bores me. I know some people like it. I'm not talking trash. I mean, there's some great drummers in that stuff, like totally. But to me, what drives me crazy are the vocals in a lot of it, just the Cookie Monster vocals. I can't take it. Like I hate it actually. Thomas asks, haha, is that all coffee? No, this right here. This is electrolytes and water, and that's why I keep peeing so much because I'm pounding this stuff. But it is making me feel a whole lot better because I was just so severely dehydrated from this damn heat. Okay, let's play something else. Now I'm wanting to hear more K-pop again. Play some more. I won't torture you guys. Maybe one day I'll do a stream on the other channel and play just all that kind of stuff. That'd be fun. This is coffee right here. So I'm drinking one thing to hydrate me and another one to dehydrate me. Got to balance it out, you know. All right, let's play something else. Another original. And let's see, what should we do? Oh, I forgot. Who was it? Tom? No, somebody. Oh, hey there. Thanks for the subscription. Thanks for subscribing, Nick. I need to move that notification. It's kind of blocked out by my kick drum. Who was it that requested Ice Cream Pirate? I can play that. I should put my gloves back on. My fingers are fracked. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put these gloves back on. Now that I don't have to use the phone. And then we're going to play Ice Cream Pirate. Let's see, which kit should I use on Ice Cream Pirate? I have one that I programmed fairly new here. That one could work. The ride like. Or should I do wide again? I've used this one a lot today, though. I think, yeah, let's do the vintage kit. Okay, so this is called Ice Cream Pirate, and this is off of Can You Draw Me? And let me find it in my list here. Where is it? There's like 60 songs in this list now, so I have a lot of stuff. And sometimes it gets hard to find them. Where is it? And they're in like no kind of order whatsoever. Just like randomly thrown in there. Okay, here we go. Ice Cream Pirate. Hey, Ice Cream Pirate. That was for Jake K. That's who requested that. Requested. Not requested. Ice Cream Pirate. Now, the story of Ice Cream Pirate is, well, if you look at the cover of Can You Draw Me, there's like this really funny looking pirate on there. And that pirate is actually in Inglewood, Florida, where I was just at, visiting my mom. There's like this Florida beach, like souvenir store that is, they have this pirate that just looks so janky and so weird. Like, I took this photo of it a long time ago. It was actually years ago that I took this photo with a floppy disk camera, a Sony Mavica that uses a floppy disk, and just the low resolution of the pirate. And I don't know, that's kind of where the title comes from. Ice Cream Pirate is just, the ice cream part is, I think they sold ice cream in the store, maybe not. I don't know. I just kind of added that. So it's written like ice cream, like the food, not ice cream, but it's kind of a play on words. Anyway, I find it amusing. Peter says, "Sir, I'm really curious how come it is possible that 3 webcams sequence in real time by changing a picture every few seconds." Well, that was a little bit to figure out for me. But the way I do it is first off, I'm using OBS to stream. OBS is, streaming software. And then OBS supports plugins. Not like VST. Well, actually, I think it does support VSTs, but I'm not talking about plugins like audio plugins. I'm talking about specific plugins made for OBS. And there's one called Advanced Scene Switcher that I use that cycles through, on a basically on a timer. And there's one that comes with OBS too. I think it's just called Scene Switcher. Let me see. It's called Automatic Scene Switcher, but I've just never been able to get it to work. Like, I've never been able to figure it out. So the one that I use is just called Advanced Scene Switcher. And if you just search OBS Advanced Scene Switcher, and it's still like way more complicated than it needs to be. Like, I feel like it should just be like literally just a number, how many seconds to change, and that's all it should be. Like, but for some reason it's like way more complicated than that. But that's just how it is. You'll figure it out if you mess with it. I should do a tutorial on it to do the timing, because you can set it up for other parameters too, like not just time. But I have mine set to like, I think 20 seconds or something like that. So it just keeps cycling through them. And the cameras I'm using, there's 2 webcams and then 2 action cams that use, they can double as webcams basically. I have an action cam up there, and then one down by my pedal down here. Then the one off to the side and the one in front of me are both webcams. They're high definition Spedal. Spedal. And actually, those are great webcams. I've considered buying 2 more of those to use in the other position, but these action cams just keep working. So that's why I just keep using them. They're just cheap, Chinese action cams. But they work. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt, though. Like, sometimes I'll turn everything on and just one won't work. I don't know why. Like, I'll have to reset it like a million times, then finally it'll connect. So, and every time that happens, and I'm like, oh, I should just buy 2 more regular webcams, and then they start working again. So I'm just like, I'll just keep using them. I can usually get them to work before the stream. So it's usually not, like today they gave me no trouble at all. It just depends. I don't know what it is that seems to trigger them, but. All right, I finished my electrolytes. Now I need more coffee, which I have here in my other thing. How do you guys like my background? This is a picture of New York City from Brooklyn Bridge Park. I took that photo with my phone, I think. Brooklyn Bridge Park is such a great park. It's like probably my favorite park in New York City. Because, well, it's one of the newer ones. It hasn't been there very long. It's only been a few years. And it has all these piers with, like, they planted all this foliage and, like, basically trails and forests and stuff on the piers. And there's all these bike paths. And it's just a really awesome place. And so I walked out of one of the piers. Actually, I biked out one of the piers and took that photo. And there's a video of me and Ronan, my pal Ronan. If you, I keep telling you guys to search other videos of mine, but if you're interested in this stuff, feel free. There's my review of this set when I first bought it, and I used it acoustically, the Tama Club-Jam Mini. Just type in Demonic Sweaters Tama Club-Jam Mini review. Is it really portable? I think that's what I called it. I took this thing out there on one of the piers, just the kick drum and the snare drum and hi-hat and ride cymbal with Ronan, and we played a couple of songs on one of the piers illegally. Like we weren't totally not allowed to do that, but we did it anyways. The cops stopped us, but they didn't do anything. They just they just told us to stop, which is what I figured would happen. The weird thing about New York, you're allowed to go outside and play music in the public, like in parks and stuff, as long as you don't have an amplifier. Like, I could totally be playing drums, which are loud as hell, in the park, and they wouldn't do anything. Like, they can't do anything. It's not against the law. But if I take a guitar amp, even if it's this big, like if it's a little battery-powered guitar amp and turn it on and play, they can shut me down. Like, it's such a weird law. However, though, Prospect Park, there's another video of me and Ronan playing in Prospect Park. They seem to don't really care there. Like, we've played there several times and gotten away with it, like, for hours. So they don't really care. We brought an amplifier and drums. And that was fun last summer. We'll probably do that again coming up this summer. It's a lot of fun to go out there and play. Just, in the nice weather, and, kids and moms and stuff are walking by and tipping and dancing and stuff like that. It's fun. There's a really fun video of us playing there in Prospect Park last year. Take another drink. I know I'm talking a lot this stream, but Peter says, I see. Now it's clear. Much obliged. Glad to help. Yeah, and I think I talk about that too in that how to be a streaming drummer video. I think I go over the software, the scene switcher, and all that in there, like vaguely. Briefly. I mean, I don't think I get into the details, but I at least say what it is and like my whole doohickey that I have here set up. All right, let's play a couple more. I always feel like I play the same songs. That was what's nice about playing a cover, because I've never done that before. Peter says, do you play a live show? Seems like you're a professional musician. I like your drumming and timing particularly. Thank you. Yes, I do. Less since COVID, obviously. But yeah, I've been in the business for a really, really long time. Since I was I started playing drums when I was 10. I played my first gig when I was 12, I think. Like my first live show. I toured the country when I was 16 for a month. That was crazy. I was in the band Lincoln, and I was 16 years old. We played 28 shows in 30 days, which was completely that sounds completely mind-boggling to me now. Like, it's so rare that people will play tours like that these days. I mean, this was the 90s. I'm old. But yeah, I was only 16. And then I played, I've done a lot of studio work, and I've played in theater, and I've played in shows. Like I played in a show in Busch Gardens. Again, YouTube video, it's up there. If you search, actually, I don't know, what is it under? I was in this show called Burn the Floor. That was at Busch Gardens, and I was one of the drummers and percussionists there. For like 2 years, I did that. And then I was also in Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which is like a off-Broadway show. And I was actually in the show. Like, I was like part of the show, even though I didn't have any lines. But the band is part of the show. Like, we just sat there on stage, basically, and then we would play songs. But that was a lot of fun. And yeah, and then I played in like a million bands over the years, and still do studio work occasionally. But honestly, this, YouTube and teaching are what I do the majority of now, and recording my own music. And also I do have some other projects too. There's like with Is That Donnie, which is my project I have some friends in Tokyo. And I know I've been saying we're going to release something new, but we really are very soon. Something is in the works. And if you haven't heard that stuff, you can check that out on my channel too. It's just called Is That Donnie? And so I have that, which is like collaboration between the Tokyo guys. And then I have my friend Ronan Conroy, who lives here in Brooklyn, and I played on almost all of his albums. And I think I'm on all his albums, actually. And then I used to be in a band with a very talented musician named Caitlin Frame, and her band was just called Frame, here in Brooklyn as well. But she, after the pandemic, she kind of disappeared. Like, I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened to her. She moved to Boston or around somewhere in Massachusetts, but just dropped completely off of social media and everything. Like, it's weird. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, she just doesn't respond to anything. I don't know what happened with her. But she was really talented. She was very good. There's an album she did called State of Mind, and it's by Frame, and I play on that. It's a great album. And that one's pop. Like, that, I think, is it's like alternative indie pop, but it's so good. Like, Caitlin had such a good voice, or has such a good voice. Hopefully she'll come out of the woodwork at some point. I would love to do something with her again. So yeah, that's the brief rundown. I played with, a long time ago, another band called The Boom, which is in DC, which was like members of various DC, bands. There was like guys from, what was the name of their band? I'm drawing a blank. They were kind of big. Shit. Well, there was members of Kerosene 454, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Damn. Well, the Crown Hate Ruin, I didn't play in that, but there were members from the Crown Hate Ruin. But there was another band that I can't remember their name, but they were like pretty big, like DC post-hardcore band. And for some reason, I'm completely drawing a blank on their name. But there were guys from that band in there too. There was guys from Hoover. I don't know if you know Hoover, but Hoover was around the same time as Lincoln. Lincoln toured with Hoover. Well, we didn't tour, but we had a lot of crisscrossing dates. So on both of our tours, we played like, a good bit of those shows together. I know that was a long-winded answer, but yeah, professional musician. I made a video about what it means to even be a professional musician, and today it's different than it was, like 20 years ago, even, or 10 years ago. You have to get creative and come up with a lot of different. I was trying to explain this to my mom, who is very stubborn. I mean, I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but because my little brother he plays saxophone. He really likes it. He's getting pretty good at it. And my mom's she keeps saying, oh, he's going to play in an orchestra. I'm like, well, okay, but, he's got to start thinking of, if he wants to do this as a career, you can't if you want to do music as a career, you cannot be narrow-minded. You just can't. You have to be open to doing a lot of things, which is why I do gear reviews, I teach, I do these streams. Even though my streams don't have like a ton of viewers, they have there's 14 of you out there right now. They get views over time, and plus they do help. Like, people buy stuff from seeing these streams. They ask questions, and it's just engagement. And plus it's fun, and this is like a way for me to do my creative thing, is by doing these streams. And it's so much easier than playing like a live show, because I don't have to pack anything up or anything. It's all just set up right here. All I have to do is just like flip a switch, and then I'm playing a show. It's pretty great. But what I'm saying is you have to be really, really open to being able to, to do a lot of different things. And what I try to do are things that generate income consistently. And what's really great about YouTube is, when you upload like a gear review or something like that, you may not make a lot of money at first, but over time, the more of these things that you keep accumulating there, and the better of a niche that it's in, it starts adding up, And then I also do I have music licensing, I have some songs that I've, percussion songs that I put in, licensed to tequila company and stuff that use some of my percussion stuff. There's this Brazilian percussion stuff that I did that has been licensed quite a bit, actually. I mean, it's not like I'm getting rich off of it, but still. It's like a lot of little things to add up, basically, is what you have to do. and it's hard. You know, it was really I struggled. You know, I had a lot of jobs too. I was like working a lot of shitty ass day jobs for many, many years. I did that, and I just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I had to stop, or I felt like I was going to start drinking again, or like, you know, I just was not happy working a job that wasn't related to music. I think you could even work as long as it's music related, you know, because like I said, I teach. I absolutely love teaching. Like, there's not a single time where I have to go in to teach where I don't want to do it. Like, every single time that I'm supposed to go in to teach, I just love it. Like, I really, really love seeing the kids get better, and, you know, just sharing my passion for the music and seeing it rub off on them and then become really interested in drums. It's really awesome. Like, it's like probably the greatest thing that I do, like, that I like. I don't like playing crappy shows. Like, I don't like playing in bars, you know, if it's like to like 20 people, or, you know, 10, even like 20 is actually pretty good for a bar in New York City. But like for like 5 people or something in bars, I don't like those kind of shows, and I don't do them anymore. Like, the only time I'll play a show is if it's like something that I think is going to have a guaranteed audience. You know, like, there's certain promoters and groups that I know in New York City that put on like very specific events that I'll participate in. But I stopped playing all crappy gigs because it's just not worth it. I would much rather do this than play like some dive bar, you know, where you're playing to like 3 people and nobody cares and it's just depressing. Like, I don't do that. Just straight up don't do it. You have to draw a line somewhere. And there's no reason to do that stuff. That's the thing. Hold on, I'm going to drink a coffee. I know a lot of people, especially in my age group, think that you have to get out and play shows, you know, in venues. You don't. You don't have to do that. There's no reason to, actually. You can do everything online. And sure, you don't have the audience participation and stuff that you have, like if you're playing a good show, but the good shows are rare. They're not like they were in the 90s. Like, when I was on tour with my band in the 90s, it was a blast because there would be like hundreds of people at these shows. I mean, a couple of them had thousands of people at them. And like, it was just a totally different experience than playing some crappy ass like dive bar. So if you're clever, you know, and you have something, a niche, and you can reach people, you can do it all online. I mean, you really don't need to play out, period. There's like no real reason for it. I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it probably does benefit some people. You know, if you want to play, there's a certain type of market, you know, that maybe you're around that it would make sense. Like, for example, when I lived in Tampa, I played a lot of cover gigs in Tampa because there was a good market for that there, actually. Better so than there is here in New York City, which is crazy. Like, I thought when I was moving to New York City that there would be a lot more of that kind of thing than there was in Tampa. But in Tampa, I was working, like, for a while there, like 4 nights a week, just doing, like, R&B, you know, and, like, well, it was mostly R&B and blues and stuff like that. But, like, I mean, it was, like, 3 or 4 nights a week for a while. And those gigs, though, are brutal. Like, those are brutal gigs. You'd play from, like, 9 p.m. until like 2 or 3 in the morning, like just ridiculously long. I'd be like pounding Red Bull like the entire night, and then like by the next day I would just feel wrecked because you'd play some of the songs, especially if you're in like, well, in Tampa there's this place called Ybor City, and I used to play in this place called the Blue Shark. It was like this blues, it's like this blues club that was old, and like the way that they did it there, people got messed up in that place. You know, they partied hard, but I didn't drink or anything then. But like, I was with this group and we would just play really, really long versions of like, you know, popular R&B songs and stuff. Like sometimes we play one song for an hour, like no lie, like the same song for an hour. And it's just brutal to play like that. I mean, it definitely gets your chops up, but man, it's like you're butt is killing you by the end of the night. Your ears are wrecked. You're like, I see drunk people all around for hours and hours. It's just not very enjoyable for me. I would much rather do this. Anyway, let's play another song. Enough with the talk, more with the rock. My computer's going to sleep. I've been talking for so long. All right, let's do something else. How about, what can I do? Man, I do the same song. Oh, I haven't played Cutlass Supreme in a while. Let's do that. That'll be a good one. Cutlass Supreme. This is off the Driving Songs EP, which is like all old school metal sounding stuff. Hard rock, metal, and instrumental. I was thinking on doing a Driving Songs Part 2. That's in the ideas for the future because I like this stuff on there. It's got a very driving feel to it. Here we go. Driving Songs. This is Cutlass Supreme. And every song is named after a car. Oops, I forgot there. I thought there was 2 more bars there at the end. Anyway, yeah, that was called Cutlass Supreme off of the Driving Songs EP. Yeah, man, I have to go to the bathroom again. I can hold it though. This will be like 3 times going to the bathroom in a single stream. Anyway, it's fun. It's been a long one today, but it's been a lot of fun. Anybody have any other questions or comments out there? Feel free to put them in the chat. And there's Russian writing there of a name that I can't read, and a comment that I can't read. But thanks for the comment. And yeah, what else was like? There was something else I was going to tell you guys. Now I can't remember. Yeah, can't remember at all. Oh, well, I could just, try to plug the stuff again. If you want to help me out, get a new double bass drum pedal, you can donate down below. Just click on the, I think it's, what is it? Donate link. It depends on where you're looking. If you're on YouTube, it's down below the video. If you're on Twitch, I think it's somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, that'll help me. Trying to get up $500 to get like a good double bass drum pedal. The one that I have now has been good for what it is. It's a PDP 500 series that I've had for like at least 10 years, maybe longer. But now the hinges are finally starting to wear out on it. I mean, it's still working decent, but it just feels not smooth. Like it just has a rough feel to it. Peter asks, acoustic or e-drums are preferable for you in a live situation? I'm asking because e-drums don't serve me well enough. They're invaluable when making or recording in a DAW. How do you donate for the double bass? I'll answer that. But let me answer Thomas. To donate for the double bass drum pedal, there's a link down below in the description. I need to clarify that. I think it just says, let me look. Hold on, I forget what it actually says. I should have planned this a little bit better. Let me take off this glove. What does it actually say down there? And my mouse went to sleep. Let me open it. Give me a minute here. While I'm doing this, I'll answer Peter's question. Well, it depends on what you're doing. Like live with a band. Well, again, it depends on the band. I used to say 100% acoustics, but I don't say that anymore because I changed my mind. Like the last Demonic Sweaters show, like live show, I played electronic drums. Because, well, for one, Demonic Sweaters is, there's a lot of different sounds for Demonic Sweaters, and a lot of them are, there is rock stuff, but there's also electronic sounding stuff and synthesizer things. And I like the massive variety of sounds I can get with electronic drums, which you really can't get with acoustic drums, unless you add some electronics to it. The other good thing about them is the volume control. So it gives you a lot more options of places you can play, as opposed to just using acoustic drums. That being said, if I'm playing, hold on, this might make a sound. Let me open this real quick. If I'm playing like a live gig with a rock band, or somebody there's like two guitars and it's in a rock club or something like that, then of course I will want acoustic drums because there's just nothing really like them. The power isn't the same. But if you're playing a lot of synthesizers and a lot of electronic stuff, I actually kind of these days prefer electronic drums. They're nice. Okay, so to donate for the... Wait, is this link even down here? No, it's not. Well, that could be the problem. What the hell happened to it? I used to have it. All right, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's my stream elements. No wonder why nobody's donating. Let's see. Is it not here? Could have sworn I was in here. It's not. Spotify, DistroKid, Bandcamp. All right, let me put it in the chat. I should have checked that. No wonder why. What happened? I used to have it so it automatically went. All right, I'm going to have to take off both gloves so I can type for real. Yeah, I used to have it so every time I would start a new video that it would automatically put all these links in here, but somehow I must have, I don't know what happened there. Now I have to go through all the login security. Bear with me. Where Where is it? Oh, I can see my recent subscribers here. Nick, Polnovic, Zine Dean subscribed. Nick subscribed. JL Rojas subscribed. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Okay, where's my tips thing? How do I get the link? Chatbot, activity feed. No. Come on, people. Or not people. Website. That's not it. That's a dashboard. Sorry, I'm kind of a moron when it comes to some of this stuff. Where is it? They should make this more obvious, though. It's like in a weird spot. The hell is it? Okay, that's not it. Streaming tools, maybe? Where is this thing? Other profile page. Here we go. Okay, so is that it? See if this works. That doesn't work. Oh, wait. Is it just streamelements.com/demonicsweaters? Let me try that. What? Did I mistype it? Yeah, I did. I put Steam Elements. Ah. And I'm going to have to go to the bathroom again. Yeah, it's just streamelements.com/demonicsweaters. Let me copy it and put it in here. Oh, wow, you can see me there. I didn't I didn't know that worked that way. You can actually see my stream there. Why can't I copy and paste? What is wrong with me? Copy. Paste. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be right back. Thanks again for holding, everybody. Let me make sure that actually does work. I just kind of ran off while I was talking there. But I do believe that the donation is not there. Where the hell is it? Do I click this little... Oh, yeah, okay. So if you go to streamelements.com, like I said, streamelements.com/demonicsweaters, up at the top of that, there's a little money icon. You can just click that and tip me there. And that will go to it. I really need to make this more obvious. I didn't realize that it was that weird. On Twitch, I think it is very obvious if you're watching on Twitch. I think it's just like a link down in the thing. So the thing is so detailed. Am I out of water? Yeah, I am. But I'm not getting up again. Just play a couple more, and then we'll call it for today. Because I have to do some other stuff. I need to eat. Oh, wait, let's see. Animated emotes can be disabled in settings. I don't want to do that. Why is it telling me that? So, what do you guys think? What's the deal? I don't even know what I'm asking. What else should I play? I probably should do 11. I always like playing that one. And plus, I like the way that it sounds on this kit a lot. Like I have a setting or a patch that I made called Mid J. Like, I don't know why I called it that. Mid J for Justin. But this one just works really well in that song, I think. So maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll do... I always play Captain Flange. I'm kind of sick of that one. What else? Clean Money. I haven't done that one a whole lot. But it's not one of my favorite ones of my songs, honestly. Cybot. Yeah, I could do Cybot. That one sounds good on this kit, too. So why don't I do that? Let me have some more drinks of coffee. Or should I do another K-pop cover? What else? I know there's stuff in here I'm forgetting to play. I mean, 60 songs. Why does it feel like I do these all the time? Triumph. I played that one not too long ago. Fiero. I haven't done that one a whole lot, but that one's kind of... Oh, wait, that one I do like. That's kind of the Def Leppard-y sounding one. Sunset Park. I haven't played that one very much, because I always screw that one up. Oh, there's Minnesota songs, too. A couple of those. Kind of talking to myself. All right. Let's pick one of these. Let's start off with Cybot, because I don't think I ever played that one on the TD-11 live on these streams. I practiced it, and I like the way it sounds, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's called Cybot, and this is off of the newest album, Happy 99. Though, I should mention, I'm kind of considering not doing albums anymore and just doing singles. Do albums really matter? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments or in the chat. I want to know if you think albums matter, or should I just do all singles and just put them on Spotify? Because the singles seem to do just as well, if not better, than the albums a lot of the times. So let me know what you think about that. Let's play Cybot. Here we go. All right, that was Cybot off of Happy 99. And that was fun. Let's see. Bertoon says, all singles now that everything is digital, it's not really needed to have albums anymore, I don't think. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know. I know, including myself, I like the concept of an album to have like a theme throughout an album. And I mean, Happy 99 definitely has a theme through it. But one of the part of the beautiful thing about singles is I like such a wide variety of sounds. And, I like to change it up so much as sometimes when I pick a theme for an album, it's hard for me to stick to that sound through the whole album. If I'm doing just singles, I don't really have to. Like, I can just do one, like a song one way, then the next one could be completely different, the next one could be completely different. In fact, I just released 2 singles that are on Spotify in the past couple of months. One just came out the other day that are completely different than one another. One of them is kind of a rock, noise rock type thing with vocals, which I played earlier today. That one's Apple on a Tree. And then another new one, which is called Fresh World, that I did while I was down in Florida. Like, I literally did it there and just uploaded it as soon as I got home. And that one, there's a video for where I played my PD-705 drum pad on it. And I got home, and first I almost uploaded it while I was in Florida. Well, I did, but then I listened to it, like what I uploaded on different headphones, because when I went to Florida, I only took my ddrum noise isolation headphones with me. Do not mix with those, because if you listen to the video that I recorded, the mix on that video is pretty terrible. But the single, once I got home, cause I managed to catch it in time, and I canceled it before Spotify put out the bad mix. It's not that it's totally terrible, but it's just way too bassy, like way too bassy. It like makes everything else sound quiet because the bass is so high. And then like once I got home, I remixed it and then pushed the single back out. So the one that you hear on Spotify sounds way better than the version that's on YouTube. But I already had like a decent amount of views on the YouTube video, so I didn't want to change it. But it's called Fresh World, and that one's more of like a new age almost type thing. It almost sounds like the band Interior that almost nobody knows about. They're like this Japanese band from the early 80s that were on Windham Hill, but they're my favorite band. Like, I say that all the time. It's seriously, they only did 2 albums, and those 2 albums are some of my favorite music ever made. They're just these instrumental, like new agey synthy type things with really, really amazing like melodies, and the rhythms are really unique, but they're very chill. Like, I just kind of was going for something like that on that Fresh World song. And I mean, if you heard Interior and you heard that song, it's really obvious that that's kind of what I was trying to sound like. But I don't mind, because that was what I wanted to do. I just like wanting to make something inspired by that. And plus, they're such an obscure band that very few people would notice anyway. Not that I even care. Like, I kind of want them to know about that band because they deserve more credit. Thomas says, I like the themes on albums as well. And says albums are cool, but singles are cool too. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll stick with the singles thing for a while right now, and then maybe I'll go back to an album thing again. Or, the other option is once I have enough singles that sound a certain way, then I can just put them all together to an album, which is kind of what a lot of people do now. Like, a lot of the K-pop groups, and younger artists even, like, what's his name? The Kid Laroi. Like, he released a bunch of singles and then just put them together, and now he has an album. But the singles came out first. That's kind of what people do these days, it seems like. And Thomas says, great drumming and cool songs as usual. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot, actually. Have some more coffee. And then I'm just going to play like 1 or 2 more. Then I should probably stop. It's already 4. And once again, just to mention the Double Bass Drum Pedal Fund. If you want to donate to that, you have to go to streamelements.com/demonicsweaters. I'll paste it in the chat again. And then donate through that little dollar symbol icon there. Next time I'll have this set up better. I actually thought it was in the description, but it wasn't. So that's why it's an issue here. Let me paste it down here. And also, my chats come in under Restream chat, I think. Do they? I don't know. I don't know what you guys see them as. I'm viewing it through Restream chat. But that's the link right there. Just streamelements.com/demonic sweaters. Actually, let me click on the donate button. Let's see where that takes me. Oh, okay, this is better. I should just send you guys this. This is what used to be in the description. So here we go. Let me paste this in here. This is the, like, totally the real link that you need if you want to donate to the Double Bass Drum Pedal Fund. Set the 3-month goal there. I'm leaning towards a Pearl Demonator, I think that's what it's called. Just because I have a Pearl hi-hat stand, not here, but I have one that's with my Pearl set, and I really feel like the new Pearl hardware has gotten really good. Like, I used to hate their hardware. I thought it was terrible. But the newer stuff is really, really good. Thomas says, sorry, off topic, but I was binging a bunch of your live streams last night. Yes, yes. Is there more to that? But that's awesome you were doing that. But was there a question related to that? The early ones, like, really sucked. Like, there was, like, a lot of screw-ups in those early ones. Some synchronization issues and sound issues and stuff. But, you know, you do something over and over again, you get better at it. Kind of want to play another cover song. There's another K-pop song I really like by what are they called? Can't remember. Windsurf 03 says, I have the Pearl single pedal. It's awesome, man. You have it really upped on the kit. Nice. Thank you. Which Pearl do you have? Which Pearl pedal? Uh-oh, am I frozen? Oh, no, I'm not. I was just sitting still. I have, like over there, I have there's another, like, computer, and I could see the stream, like how you guys see it, but it's delayed. So sometimes when I look over there, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Oh, you have the Eliminator. Yeah, the Eliminator, I think, is more expensive, right? I get confused. There's the Demonator and the Eliminator. The Demonator, I thought, was a nice, you know, price. It wasn't like, I think the Eliminator double was like ridiculously expensive, and then the Demonator was like almost $400 or something like that. But I want to have enough, you know, to cover like tax and shipping and all that too. That's why I set the goal for $500. But man, I can't believe how expensive double bass drum pedals are. They're really expensive. Like this one, when I got this, it was not expensive at all. I think it was only like $140 or something like that. But like I said, I've had it since like 2008. Another K-pop song, says Thomas. Okay, sure. Let me remember the name of that song that I really like. I just did it on the PD705 on my other channel. Let me open it, and then I can remember. I mean, I could do a couple, actually. I'm going to have to take the gloves off, though, so I can use my electronics here. These are touchscreen gloves, and they're good, but still for typing and detailed stuff, it's kind of hard. All right, let's take those off. Let's see. The one that I wanted to do is... Loser Equals Lover by Tomorrow X Together, or Text, a.k.a. Text. All right, I love this song. This is a great one. Let's do that one. All right, let me turn my Bluetooth back on.
Power on. Connected.
I think that's such a funny sound when it turns on. Let's see if I can remember this one, how to play it. It's not very hard. Let me just listen to it for a second.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so let me find a kit. Maybe I could go with that one. All right, yeah, let's do that. Okay, here we go. This is Loser Equals Lover by Text.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I kind of forgot a little bit of it, but still fun. Yeah, I really like those guys too. Fun song, fun stuff. The one that's really crazy is Savage by Espa. Maybe I should do that. I played that in my upload. Well, let's try it. I'll probably screw it all up because it's kind of hard actually. Because some of these songs, that one's just like straight up pop that I just played, but some of them are like, you know, they're programmed beats and it's all like electronic. So it's like trying to interpret what is being played on all these, you know,
Oh my gosh.
apps and stuff.
Don't you know I'm a...
is kind of difficult, you know, or like weird because it's not played by drummers, you know. So let's try this one. This could be a total train wreck, but let's try it anyway. So this is Savage by Espa.
Oh my gosh. Don't you know I'm a savage? I'm a killer. 널 깨라. 아직도 가리고 반짝을 catch no fella.
Let me try that again. I wasn't ready. Let's try that again.
Oh my gosh. Don't you know I'm a savage? I'm a killer. 널 깨라. 아직도 가리고 반짝을 catch Don't you know fella we holla 두렵지 않아 no 희투하라 날 믿어 너리 fake on me 좀비가 안돼 무대로 뭘 하나 fake on me Everybody 막 같은 me 숙취를 느끼게 멘탈을 흔들어 놔 싸늘한 관점 무너져 I 나는 못 참아 say no 두고 봐난 좀 savage 너희들이 한 play 너는 두고 볼 수 없어 나는 무너뜨리고 싶은 내 환각들이 점점 너를 부족할 이유가 돼 결국 쉽게 해줄게 I'm a savage 널 짓밟아줄게 Get me now get me now 지금 나를 잡아 아니 난 너 savage Get me now get me now 이제 내가 너를 잡아 now I'm a savage Get me now get me now 너의 말이 보여 네 좀 알고리즘 Get me now get me now 난 아이싱 그 방에 말고 꺼져 savage Everybody look at me 익숙하잖니 양보해 참아야만 돼 어른스럽게 I'm locked up in the glass 난 널 잊고 싶은데 너무 끔찍한 기대 그런 환각들은 나를 가둬놔 안 보인 광야로운 게임이 물리쳐오면 네가 안돼 MRI로 보자 멀어지게 만든 회식찬 내 trick We gon' 광야로운 게임은 배워버려 내 빛을 꺼 데미지를 내게 인정사정 묶어둔 너 그거 봐 난 좀 savage 너의 재선역을 막아 흐트러 놔 빼놔 하지 마라 여긴 바로 광야 너의 시공간은 내 뜻대로 make it break it I'm a savage 널 부셔해줄게 I'm a savage 널 짓밟아줄게 Get me now get me now 지금 나를 잡아 아니 난 no savage Get me now get me now 이제 내가 너를 잡아 now I'm savage Get me now get me now 너의 말이 보여 네 안정 like a rhythm Get me now My eyes in 그 방에 말고 꺼져 savage 위기에 빠진 날 지켜준 건 너였어 Now it's will love you 나의 big story 하나의 scene type 모두 내가 만들어준 기회란 걸 I know yeah sacrifices Now it's will love you 알아 우린 반드시 내 곁들을 찾아줄게 만나고 너의 끝함 Savage Savage Get me now 지금 나를 잡아 아니면 no savage Get me now 이제 내가 너를 잡아 now I'm a savage Get me now 너의 말이 보여 네 안정 I'm a savage Get me now I think 그 방에 말고 꺼져 savage What?
All right, that was fun. Yeah, that one's the arrangement is crazy in that song, and like all the samples going on and stuff, and the way the vocals almost clash at some parts. Like I think that's a really interesting song. It's crazy. Very cool stuff. Anyway, let's do one more original, and I'm definitely gonna get copyright claims on this video, but whatever. When I do my edit, I'll just edit out the covers, but leave this one up. The thing is with YouTube is like, whoa, I'm getting a weird like partial green screen on my shirt there. You see that? That's pretty cool. It's like, oh, that is green there. No wonder why. It's like just this one green strip, and you can see the buildings through there. That's trippy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, YouTube and copyright. Like YouTube actually does it very well, I think, because when there's a copyright claim, they don't like take down your video. I don't understand why there's so many people that complain about it, like famous YouTubers and stuff. The only thing that YouTube does is doesn't give you the money. They never take down the video. they basically leave the video up there and then just send the royalties to whoever owns the copyright. So I don't really get why people complain about that. To me, that seems fair. But maybe I'm just a corporate sellout. I don't know. But that's why mostly I stick with originals, and I created a whole other channel just for these covers. Thomas says, great job on these K-pop tunes. They come to life with real drums and the cool fills. Thanks. Yeah, that could have been a little smoother that time, but I think the video I did, recorded video of it, is better. There's one here on this channel where I did like the K-pop, mix of like 4 songs, and then there's also one on the K-pop covers, or on the Demonic Sweaters cover channel, where I played it a little bit differently. But I think both of those I did pretty good. This one doesn't have the music written out for it anywhere. Surprisingly, a lot of them do have drum scores written. And there's a website, there's actually a Korean website that I go to. Let me find it here. I'll paste it in the link. If anybody's curious about this stuff, or paste it in the link. I'll paste it in the chat. Let me find it first on my computer. I'm looking on the wrong computer. Let me do it on this one. That, what was I saying? It has a crazy amount of these K-pop songs. People transcribe them on drums, even ones that don't have real drummers. Like, they transcribe, and what the hell am I doing? I can never talk and do stuff at the same time. Let me just focus here for a second. Where is it? Where it's called Drum Tab K-pop. And let me just paste the link here. The link is a little weird. And it actually works really well. I've gotten a lot of stuff from this website for my students and other stuff. The way that it works is they have like it works with PayPal, and you basically purchase cash, like for the site from PayPal. And then you can use the cash to buy the scores. And the scores are usually only like $2 or something like that. But there's tons of them in there. I mean, it's just a search engine, so you have to know what you're looking for. But for example, like if we say Boy with Love, like that's the first song I played today. That's definitely on there. That's where I found it. And here's the search results for that. Copy this and paste it. And you can see like all the different drum scores. And the thing is, this is all community driven. It's like these are just people that listen to the music and transcribe what they hear for the drums, in these songs. And it's pretty cool. Sometimes, like I said, they're coming from electronics, and no drummer played on it. So it's up for interpretation, some of the stuff. But I was thinking it might be cool. Maybe I'll try to transcribe that last song I just played, because I have been doing that in MuseScore. I was looking for something else to transcribe, and that one would be challenging. So that'd be pretty cool to do. So yeah, that's the link. If you want to check that out, if you're interested in getting any of those. I mean, I get nothing from this. I'm just sharing my sources for these kind of things. I'm almost finished with my coffee. And the cool thing, and what's good about some of these K-pop songs, and the reason why I think the reason why I said before I started getting into this was because of my students. And I actually have a lot of between 6 to 13-year-old students. And a lot of them, actually, I would say at least half, maybe more than half, are female. And which is really cool, that there's that many girl drummers or girls that are interested in drums. But a lot of them like K-pop. So they started asking me, about these K-pop songs. And I'd never really listened to it before then. And I started listening to it to teach it, and then I just got hooked on it. Like, it's like all I ever listen to now. It's pretty weird. But yeah. But the point is, what I was trying to say there, that I always get distracted and go off on some other tangent. But what I was trying to say is a lot of these songs, especially like Boy with Love and like the second one that I played, Lover Equals Loser, they're not that difficult, and they're pretty good, for kids, or like beginning drummers to play along to. And a lot of them have a really consistent tempo because they were created, in DAWs with like, programming and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about any fluctuating tempos or anything like that. So they're good learning tracks. Now, the last one I just played, that one is definitely harder than any of those other ones. The programming in that song is quite advanced with everything, like the synth sounds and like the layering of vocals and just the whole production on that SBOS stuff is crazily good. Anyway, and their videos too. I mean, I'm really, really pushing the K-pop. But if you want to watch anything that's really interesting in that, to good introduction to that, watch the SBOS videos because they're insane. Like the creativity that goes into the music is like, it's just as creative on the video side too. Like it's really, I mean, huge budget. You can tell they look like huge budget movies, basically. But there's like this short film called Black Mamba by them that's like, I mean, it's like 20 minutes long. It has like a story, like it's like crazy. I mean, people really get wrapped up in that stuff. Okay, let's do one more original. And what can I do that I haven't done in a while that's not like sucky? I haven't done Return Home in a while. I also haven't done Fiero. I talked about that one earlier. Antimatter is. Haven't done that one. I could do a Minnesota song. Oh, let's do that. Let's do a Minnesota song. Let's do As the Sun Rises, because I really like that one. And which kit should I use in that? Let's see. This one's probably good. I made this one for Is That Donnie, and I think this is probably a good one to use in this song. It's just called Donnie. Okay, so this is called As the Sun Rises. This is from my other project, Minnesota, off the album As the Sun Rises. So here we go. And hey, thanks to Rufo for the subscribe there. Here we go. As the Sun Rises. I'm going to start that again because I wasn't crazy about that ride sound in there. Let's do something else. Let me pick a different one. Probably, yeah, that'll be good. Okay, here we go. As the Sun Rises, start over. Okay, that was As the Sun Rises by Minnesota, my other project. And maybe that kit selection wasn't the best one for that. But still, not too bad. Let me turn off my Bluetooth adapter.
Power off.
Power off. Okay, anybody have any questions or comments before I head out for the day? I'll be back next week, same time as usual, 1:30 p.m. And yeah, any questions or comments? Just let me know real quick here before we sign off. Let me switch my camera. Switcher, turn that off. But that was fun. A lot of talking today. Losing my voice. I definitely feel better than I did earlier, though. I'm finally rehydrated, having drank a lot and went to the bathroom like 20 million times during this stream, but it was all worth it. I regret nothing. Anyway, I guess that's all. Seems like no questions. So, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Thanks for all the... Hey, Sean. I forgot to say hi to you there. Thanks to everybody for watching. And if you want to make a tip, donate to the Double Bass Drum Pedal Fund. You can do it at that Tipping Really Helps link there. And I guess that's been going the whole time. Forgot to mention that. Oh, Thomas says, quick question before you go. I have an Elisa Surge, an Easy Drummer 2, and I'm going to try to learn some of my favorite songs by some of your projects. That's cool. I'm getting your drumless library as well, and would be stoked to have those sounds from Easy Drummer 2 that you programmed, willing to pay if you're interested. Well, Easy Drummer 2, it really isn't on any of my recordings. It's not. And I don't know if you can you share sounds? I mean, I did program like one kit in Easy Drummer 2, which I'll gladly upload if I can to my website. I might have done that already. I'll have to look. But yeah, I'll put it there if I can. Check demonicsweaters.com in like a day or two, and I'll see if I can put up what I have. I haven't used it in a long time, because since I got Superior Drummer 3, I'm basically not opening Easy Drummer anymore. Because all the Easy Drummer like patches all work in Superior Drummer 2, so there's no real reason. But I should have it. I'll see if I can get it and if I can share it and put it on there. I did use it on one live stream when I still had my old studio. It was like the first real live stream that I did, actually, like this. And I used Easy Drummer 2 for that. And it sounded really good, actually. So anyway, yeah. I'll do that. I'll see if I can do it, and I'll upload it there. I'll put a link to it. And I definitely need to eat some lunch now, so I'm going to go. But thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for all the continued support. And I guess that's all. I'll see you guys really soon. Take care. Have a good week. Stay safe.